Imagine waking up every day with a mind that is unshaken by external events, a mind that remains still in the face of chaos. What if I told you that you can train your mind to be unbreakable, just like the Stoics of ancient Greece? And it's easier than you think. If you're tired of feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or controlled by emotions, then this video is your first step toward true inner peace. Welcome to modern Stoicism, where we dive deep into timeless wisdom and psychological strategies that help you master your mind. I'm here to show you how Stoic principles, combined with dark psychology, can reshape your mental state and make you unmovable in a world that's constantly pulling you in every direction. But before we begin, make sure you like this video. Comment below with the phrase, "I control my mind," because this mindset will become your new reality. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Modern Stoicism and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on empowering content that can change your life. Now, let's jump into the 5 daily habits that will help you train your mind like a Stoic and gain the ultimate power of inner calm. Habit 1. The art of negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. One of the most effective habits for cultivating inner calm is the Stoic practice of negative visualization, also known as premeditatio malorum. It might sound strange at first. Why would you want to focus on the worst-case scenario? But trust me, this practice is incredibly powerful in transforming the way you respond to life's challenges and reducing emotional turmoil. Negative visualization is about mentally preparing for the worst outcomes in any situation. Whether it's imagining the loss of a job, a relationship falling apart, or facing health issues, the goal is not to dwell on these negative thoughts, but to accept them as a part of life. By picturing the worst that could happen, you allow yourself to mentally process those fears and build resilience. The reason this practice works is simple. Much of our stress and anxiety stem from fear of the unknown. We imagine worst-case scenarios and let them control our emotions. But when we consciously visualize these events beforehand, we take away their power. It's like preparing yourself mentally for a storm, so when it arrives, you're not panicked by it. You've already thought it through and know how you'll handle it. Imagine you have an important meeting. Instead of being paralyzed by the fear of failure, you visualize everything going wrong. Perhaps you forget your presentation, you miss key points, or you fail to make a connection. But here's the crucial part. You also visualize how you'll respond calmly and adapt to the situation. You see yourself handling the challenge with grace, recovering from mistakes, and finding ways to move forward. This practice shifts your mindset from one of fear to one of empowerment. When you visualize negative outcomes, they become less daunting. You realize that life is full of challenges, and while you can't control everything, you can control how you respond. Instead of letting fear of failure paralyze you, you train your mind to stay calm and focused in the face of adversity. To start practicing negative visualization, take a few minutes each morning or before significant events to think about what could go wrong and how you would deal with it. Visualize losing something important, but focus on your ability to remain composed and find a solution. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges. What once felt like obstacles will become manageable problems you can solve. So if this habit resonates with you, take a moment to comment, "I control my mind," below. Let's get ready to dive into the next habit that will help you achieve inner peace. Habit 2. Daily reflection through journaling. One of the most transformative habits you can adopt for cultivating inner calm is the practice of daily reflection through journaling. This simple yet powerful habit is grounded in the Stoic principle of self-examination. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, practiced journaling every day to reflect on his thoughts, actions, and emotions. The goal is to observe your experiences with clarity, not to judge them, but to understand them and learn from them. This self-awareness is what allows you to keep your mind steady, even when the world around you is in chaos. Journaling may seem like an old-fashioned habit, but it remains one of the best ways to manage your thoughts and emotions in a modern, fast-paced world. When you journal, you are essentially creating a space to observe your inner world, the thoughts, feelings, and impulses that arise throughout the day. This practice helps you detach from your emotions, allowing you to see them as temporary and separate from your true self. As a result, you stop reacting impulsively to everything that happens around you. But how exactly does journaling bring calm? First, it provides you with a structured way to process the events of the day. Often, we are so caught up in the rush of life that we don't take time to reflect on what just happened. We keep moving, feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or confused by everything that occurred. Journaling creates a moment of pause, allowing you to sit down and give your mind the attention it needs. In your journal, you can write about the events of the day, the things you did well, the challenges you faced, and how you responded to them. This is where you can practice the Stoic principle of amor fati, love of fate. When you write about your setbacks or mistakes, instead of being critical or frustrated, try to embrace them as opportunities for growth. How can you learn from what happened? How can you improve next time? By changing your mindset and seeing every experience, both good and bad, as something that helps shape your character, you will build resilience and inner peace. Another critical aspect of journaling is that it helps you clarify your values. When you spend time reflecting on your actions and thoughts, you start to notice patterns in your behavior. Are your decisions aligned with your principles? Are you living according to your deeper values? The act of journaling forces you to be brutally honest with yourself. And in this honesty, you uncover the truths that often remain buried under daily distractions. To get started, set aside just 10 to 15 minutes every evening to journal. Begin with a simple prompt, like, "What went well today?" or "What could I have done differently today?" If something particular has been weighing on your mind, write about it and reflect on your emotions. But don't just record what happened. Ask yourself why you reacted the way you did. What does it reveal about your current state of mind or your worldview? As you continue journaling, you'll find that it becomes easier to separate yourself from your emotions and thoughts. You'll become less reactive, more mindful, and ultimately more in control of your mental state. Journaling is your personal mental training ground, where you can cultivate clarity, self-awareness, and peace of mind. It's a daily practice that over time will lead to a profound transformation in how you respond to the world around you. So, if journaling speaks to you as a path toward deeper self-awareness, take a moment to hit the like button and let me know in the comments, "I am the master of my thoughts." Stay tuned as we move into the next habit that will help you strengthen your inner calm and resilience. Habit 3. The discipline of desire, self-control. In the pursuit of inner calm, one of the most powerful habits you can develop is the discipline of desire. This practice is rooted in the Stoic idea that true freedom comes not from fulfilling every whim and impulse, but from having the power to control them. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, believed that while we cannot control external circumstances, we can control our desires, and it's through this control that we unlock true peace. In a world that constantly bombards us with distractions, whether it's the latest gadgets, social media, or impulsive temptations, we are often caught up in a cycle of instant gratification. We live in a culture where desires are encouraged, often in excess, and where satisfaction is often linked to fulfilling these desires right now. But what happens when we give in to every impulse, every desire? We lose control. We become slaves to the things we think we need. The more we give in, the more we need, and we are left with a sense of emptiness rather than fulfillment. The Stoic solution to this problem is the discipline of desire, which means learning to master our wants and needs. This doesn't mean you must suppress or ignore all desires. It means you learn to differentiate between what is truly necessary and what is merely fleeting. When you exercise control over your desires, you reclaim your personal power. You are no longer at the mercy of your impulses. You decide what you want to focus on, and you direct your energy accordingly. Think of it as a muscle. The more you practice controlling your impulses, the stronger your willpower becomes. It starts with small, everyday acts of self-control. For instance, rather than giving in to the urge to check your phone the moment you wake up, resist the temptation and focus on something more meaningful, like a morning meditation or a quick workout. Instead of spending money impulsively, practice delayed gratification. Notice how often your desires pull you and choose to stay in control rather than allowing them to dominate your thoughts and actions. The Stoics taught that our desires are often the root of our suffering. When we desire things that are beyond our control, like the behavior of others or external success, we open ourselves up to frustration and disappointment. By training ourselves to desire less and to be content with what we already have, we create a peaceful inner environment where we are not constantly yearning for more. The key is in awareness. Begin by noticing the desires that pop up throughout your day. Do you feel the pull to buy something you don't need, to eat something unhealthy, or to procrastinate on a task? Observe these urges without judgment, and then ask yourself, do I really need this? By challenging your desires, you begin to regain control over your mind. So, if you're ready to strengthen your willpower and take control of your desires, hit the like button and leave a comment saying, I am in control. Stay tuned as we move on to the next habit, which will further solidify your inner calm. Habit 4. Embrace the present moment. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in the past or worry about the future. We dwell on past mistakes, regret missed opportunities, or constantly worry about what's next. But the Stoic practice of embracing the present moment, also known as mindfulness, is one of the most effective habits to develop inner calm and emotional stability. The Stoics believed that the only time we truly have control over is the present. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the present moment is all we ever have. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. When we fixate on what happened or what might happen, we waste energy on things that are beyond our control. By focusing on the present moment, we can fully engage with life as it is, without being pulled into unnecessary stress or anxiety. Embracing the present moment doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. Rather, it's about giving your full attention to what's happening right now. When you fully immerse yourself in the present, you stop reacting to every external stimulus and instead become more intentional with your thoughts and actions. This practice allows you to approach life with clarity, calm, and focus. One way to begin embracing the present moment is through mindfulness exercises. This could be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath or engage in an activity with complete attention, whether it's eating, walking, or listening to music. Instead of rushing through the task or letting your mind wander, try to fully experience it. Pay attention to the sensory details, the taste of your food, the sounds around you, the feeling of your breath as you inhale and exhale. This practice helps anchor you in the moment and prevents your mind from drifting into the past or future. The beauty of mindfulness is that it calms the mind and allows you to appreciate what's right in front of you. It quiets the mental noise, and in that silence, you find peace. The more you practice staying in the present, the less your thoughts will be consumed by distractions, worries, or regrets. You'll find yourself more focused and less reactive to the ups and downs of life. Additionally, the Stoic idea of amor fati, the love of fate, complements mindfulness. This concept teaches you to accept whatever comes your way without resistance. Instead of lamenting what could have been or fearing what might happen, you embrace everything as part of your journey. This acceptance allows you to remain grounded in the present, free from the anxiety that often comes from wishing things were different. To start embracing the present moment, practice mindfulness for just 5 minutes each day. Notice when your thoughts drift into the past or future and gently bring them back to the here and now. The more you practice, the more natural it will become to stay present. If this habit resonates with you, hit the like button and comment, "I am here now," below. Embrace the power of the present moment and get ready for the next habit that will deepen your inner calm. Habit 5. The power of detachment, non-attachment to outcomes. The final habit that can lead to lasting inner calm is the Stoic practice of detachment, or more specifically, non-attachment to outcomes. This powerful habit is rooted in the Stoic principle that while we cannot control external events, we can always control our reactions to them. By learning to detach from the results of our efforts, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional turmoil and stress, cultivating a calm mind regardless of what happens around us. In modern life, it's easy to get wrapped up in the outcomes of our actions. Whether it's striving for success in our careers, relationships, or personal goals, we often tie our sense of happiness and fulfillment to achieving certain results. But what happens when things don't go as planned? When we fail, or when the outcome isn't what we expected, we experience disappointment, frustration, and sometimes despair. We become attached to an outcome that was beyond our control, and that attachment robs us of peace. The Stoics, however, recognized that true freedom comes not from controlling the world around us, but from accepting that we can't control everything. We can control only our actions and responses. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By practicing non-attachment, we release the need for specific outcomes and learn to be content with whatever comes our way. This doesn't mean we stop working hard or setting goals. On the contrary, Stoicism encourages us to pursue excellence in all we do. But the key is to detach from the outcome, understanding that the results of our efforts are not entirely within our control. We do our best, and whatever happens, happens. If we succeed, we celebrate. If we fail, we learn. This mindset shifts our perspective from a fear of failure to a desire for growth. One simple way to start practicing non-attachment is to approach each task or goal with the attitude of, "I will give my best effort, but I will not be defined by the outcome." For instance, if you're preparing for an important presentation, focus on giving your best performance rather than obsessing over whether or not you get the result you want. If the presentation goes well, celebrate the process, not just the praise. If it doesn't, reflect on what you can improve for next time without self-blame. By practicing non-attachment, you begin to see life as a series of experiences rather than a series of successes or failures. You realize that you are not your results. You are your actions, your mindset, and your ability to respond with resilience. As you work on detaching from the need for specific outcomes, you'll notice that your inner calm grows. You stop reacting emotionally to things beyond your control, and instead, you focus on the process of doing your best, regardless of what happens. If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and in the comments, type, "I trust the process." As we wrap up this final habit, remember that mastering your inner world is a continuous journey. Stay strong, stay calm, and keep cultivating the Stoic habits that lead to peace. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an empowering video on how to live your best Stoic life.